You have been staring at a blank text message for the last 20 minutes. You type out a complicated excuse about your work schedule, read it back, delete it, and then just lock your screen. You tell yourself you will call them when you finally have a free minute. You convince yourself that they will just understand your silence, and that you are protecting their feelings by not bothering them now. But the planetary architecture today is actively punishing that exact hesitation. The current transits suggest that if you leave this communication in the shadows, they will not see a busy professional. They will feel like an afterthought. And that specific emotional bruise is going to echo much louder than a delayed date ever could. Take a deep breath and put your hand flat against your chest. Feel that slight hesitation in your rhythm. That is your nervous system recognizing a fracture before it fully breaks. We are going to fix the timing today, but first, we need to address the sudden shift in your ambition that is causing this delay. You are trying to outrun a conversation that the cosmos has already scheduled. The moon has climbed into ambitious Capricorn, pressing hard into your 10th house of career, reputation, and public image. At the exact same time, it forms a harsh square to Venus in Libra, illuminating your 7th house of partnerships and one-on-one commitments. This is not just a busy Wednesday. This is a structural collision between your public obligations and your private promises. You might feel a sudden, heavy urge to just cancel everything and retreat, but the cosmos is asking you to become a revolutionary in how you manage your own momentum. Think about the planes, trains, and cars in your life right now. The energy is demanding a complete overhaul of how you move through the world and where you are actually trying to go. You cannot keep using the same old routes to avoid the people waiting for you at the destination. A revolution in your transport is really a revolution in your boundaries. If you are trying to push a major project forward today, do not try to carry it alone. Radar in on the one person whose approval would instantly unlock your next phase. Send them an email before noon. Lead entirely with what is in it for them. Offer them visibility or a favor you will return. A thank you sent in advance does significantly more work than one sent after the fact. But securing that professional yes is only half the equation. Because the moment you lock in that career win, the tension at home is going to spike, and the way you handle that immediate shift will determine if your relationship survives the week. The Vedic mechanics show that when the 10th house is this activated, the 7th house demands an equal toll. You cannot build a public empire on a foundation of private neglect. Here is what the Vedic chart exposes about this relational friction. You are carrying a hidden wound about being too complicated, or perhaps feeling like your ambitions always make you a burden to the people you love. When work runs late, and they text to ask if you still mean it about your plans, you feel a sudden flash of irritation. You think they are being controlling or demanding. But the problem is not that they asked. The problem is that your availability changed without an update. You are protecting your own guilt by making them the bad guy for checking in. The current transit suggests that what looks like them being needy is actually your own avoidance masquerading as annoyance. You can protect both their trust and your momentum by simply naming the timing clearly. Send the message before they have to chase you. A delayed date is entirely manageable. Feeling like an afterthought is much harder to smooth over. If you are single, this exact same energy is making love absolutely thrilling, but it requires you to drop the mask. You might be planning a spontaneous trip, maybe even somewhere like London, or just spending time with friends to distract yourself from the romantic void. But check your emotional spending. Today, do not try to buy your way out of the vulnerability this transit demands. Ask a trusted coworker or friend for guidance on where you are blocking your own connections. The real reason you feel exhausted in your love life is not physical. It is because you are trying to prevent a disaster that has not even been written into the script yet. You are waiting for them to realize you are too busy, too baggage heavy, or too late. But the planetary frequency today is actually offering profound cosmic protection. The person who is meant for you will not be intimidated by your Capricorn moon ambition. They will look at your busy schedule and simply ask how they can support it. That is the reframe you need to anchor today. You are not pushing them away. You are just filtering out anyone who cannot handle your velocity. And as you integrate that truth, the career loop we opened earlier suddenly resolves, because the professional when you get today is directly funded by the emotional clarity you establish in your partnerships. When you stop hiding your schedule, you stop hiding your true value. To physically align with this massive shift, you must keep active and change up your physical routine today. Your stomach is highly sensitive under this square, so eat more vegetables and strictly limit your intake of alcohol and caffeine. Do not use stimulants to push through the friction. Let your body process the tension naturally. The astrologers also suggest you avoid the color green today to keep the heavy frequency at bay. Wear something neutral or grounding to anchor your nervous system. Between 4 and 6 p.m., a highly favorable window opens for you. This is when the family and friend support you have been leaning on will become completely apparent. Let them in. Do not isolate yourself when the workday ends. Brush off the temporary strain you feel at home. It is merely a phase, and staying focused on completing at least some of your core tasks will ground you. Remember that financial investments appear highly attractive right now, but only if you do your homework first. Do not let the Capricorn moon rush you into a blind commitment. Look at the long-term architecture of your wealth, not just the immediate return. The professional victory you secure this morning will directly fund the personal freedom you crave this evening, closing the loop on the career pressure we started with. You are building a life where you do not have to choose between your success and your soul. We come back to that blank text message. The one you were too afraid to send. You are not a burden, and your ambition does not disqualify you from love. The cosmos is simply asking you to communicate your boundaries with radical honesty. Send the update. Clear the air. Reclaim your time and your relationships. Type the word claim in the comments right now to seal this energy, and declare that you are done hiding your schedule from the people who matter. You are stepping into a new frequency of freedom, both in your career and in your heart. Walk into the rest of your day knowing you are entirely protected, deeply seen, and exactly where you need to be. The revolution you have been waiting for is not a destination. It is the way you finally choose to show up.